Okay, I'm gonna start this video off with a question. Have you heard of a channel called My Story Animated? Or its many other counterparts that I'm not gonna talk about. If not, here's a little sample.
Hello, my name is Nina, and my story is about the time my father passed away. I expected it to be sad, of course, but what I hadn't expected was that my father had left me with a huge family secret that would flip my world upside down. I know my father will seem like the bad guy here, but try not to judge him before you hear what really happened from the start.
Wait a minute, just a second. This video is called My Father Passed Away Before I Could Get My Revenge. What? Also, it can't be a bad video without it being at least 10 minutes long. Jesus.
Growing up, it was always just me and my father. My mother passed away when I was only 2 years old, so my father raised me by himself. However, when I was around 15 years old, my father fell ill, and as I grew older, he wasn't able to leave his bed much. It made me feel so depressed. That time in my life was extremely difficult, especially because I didn't know how to handle it. The tension between my father and I got incredibly intense because we knew that he would shortly pass away. During that time, I started asking him all kinds of questions about our family, things that we had never really discussed. You see, I had no one but my father. No extended family, and I always wondered why my grandparents hadn't had any more children. I always hated that he never really answered the questions I had when I looked at his old family photos.
Hey Dad, I know you're dying and everything, but I have some questions. I mean, I could have asked you, my whole life, but nah, I decided not to. Okay, so basically the rest of the video is her wasting time, and then it apparently comes out that her aunt was a lesbian, and then the dad broke a promise with her and told her parents, and then she got kicked out. So now you know the stuff that they make, so let's take a look at another one. This one's called I Dyed My Hair Blonde and Something Crazy Happened.
Hi, my name is Cassie, and one day I decided
did I mention the animation is so unbelievably amazing? God, the superb animation of her body and her emotions is crazy, and added on with this amazing background and how she's like a stick figure. God, it's amazing. I love how it looks like it's SpongeBob in the back. I bet this took years to make, and I love how these people aren't even moving. Jesus Christ, help me.
And one day I decided to drastically change the way I looked to try to be more popular. I would never call myself pretty. To be honest, I'm just average. Not too short, not too tall, not too fat, but not exactly slim either, with boring brown hair. To be honest, mostly I just blend into the background. I was a little jealous of the girls who just seemed to have it all, like Harriet and Leela.
Man, I'm really getting jealous of Generic Girl 1 and Generic Girl 2. They're so amazing. Man, look at their designer clothing. It looks amazing. You take a look at her shorts and they look like a pentagon, and then you look at her shoes and they're straight up like triangles.
They're slim, blonde, confident, and happy. I wished that I could be more like them. Then, on TV, I saw an advert for hair dye. The girls in the advert were walking along the street laughing with each other, and everyone was turning to watch them go by.
Man, that animation really proves that they're really walking along the street and they're not just puppets walking towards the camera. Idiot.
Maybe this was how I could stop being a wallflower and start being popular. I bought a beautiful blonde home dye kit, and that evening, I tried it out. I put the dye in my hair, washed it out, then went to bed to see how it would look in the morning. I looked amazing! My boring mouse brown hair was definitely no more. I spent an hour trying out different styles, then set off for school. I couldn't wait to see what people were going to say about it.
I'd rather my girls have brown hair instead of blonde because you know what they say about blondes, they're usually dumb. like my SJWs, that was a joke, by the way.
But it wasn't entirely how I expected. Loads of people stared at me as I walked in. When I met up with my friend Ella, all she said was, "Wow, that's different." I asked her if she liked it, and she just shrugged. She was treating me kind of strangely, not quite looking at me. When I asked her what was wrong, she just said, "I just don't understand why you dyed your hair blonde." I tried to explain that I just wanted a change, and I wanted to be noticed a bit more, but she didn't really seem to understand. I was getting a lot of attention though, especially from boys. Usually, they looked straight through me, but now they were smiling at me, and I heard a few of them ask each other who I was. Why did something as simple as being blonde suddenly get me noticed?
Probably because they're used to you having brown hair, and since you're an outcast, they wouldn't see you as much, idiot.
In my English class, we were reading through Macbeth, which I was looking forward to because I love Shakespeare, but we had a substitute teacher, and no matter how often I tried to answer the questions, he pretty much ignored me. When we acted out a scene, he picked Ella and a guy to read the main parts, and gave me, Harriet, and Leela the background characters. Although they're both pretty and popular, they don't really contribute in class, so it kind of annoyed me to be put with them. But they did compliment me on my hair, which was more than Ella had done. After class, Harriet and Leela invited me to sit with them at lunch. They invited Ella too, but she said she had something else to do. They're actually both really nice. I had kind of assumed that they were a bit shallow and self-absorbed.
If anything, she's the self-centered one here, and the girls are fine, I guess.
And self-absorbed, and all they cared about was their makeup, but they weren't like that at all. I felt a bit ashamed for judging them so quickly based on how they looked. That week, I noticed more and more that people were treating me differently because I was blonde. Tony, the captain of the football team, stopped to ask me how my day was going. A group of girls asked me if I would take part in their cheerleading club. Harriet and Leela were hanging around with me way more than Ella was. I was getting loads of positive attention from some people.
This story is so fake. Like, this would never happen in real life. Like, this girl's like an alien or something. Jesus.
But a lot of my old friends and teachers were just acting as though I had suddenly become invisible. They didn't listen to what I had to say in class, and I got a worse grade than Ella in my English essay, even though we'd worked on it together. I wondered if they were judging me because of my new hair. It's been 4 months since I dyed my hair blonde, and my mouse brown hair is mostly grown back. I liked it blonde, but I don't think I'll dye it again. One thing I've learned, though, is how much we all judge others for how they look.
Just because your hair changes color doesn't change your grades or how people treat you. Like, what? What?
How much I judged others for how they looked. People automatically think girls like Harriet and Leela are self-absorbed because they're blonde, but I know that isn't true, and hopefully, by me having blonde hair, I help to change that judgment. If you have any crazy stories, please share in the comments below. And if you like the story, hit the like button and subscribe so you can see our future stories.
Nothing crazy happened in this story. It's just stupid judgment by the people who made this. It's not a real story either. It's fake. It's really fake. So basically that's it for today's episode. Don't forget to like the video if you have brown hair, blonde hair, white hair, rainbow hair, even if you don't even have any hair. Just like the video and you'll get a free Lamborghini and $2. Okay, bye now.